in Sagittarius. Happy full moon in Sagittarius. It's my natal moon. This is my favorite moon. So happy. It is a happy early birthday to a beautiful Karen Brown.
Whoop, whoop. Happy
Karen Brown to you. Happy birthday to you. We're gonna do it anyway. Cause you do it to me. Karen Brown. So we're happy to see you guys. Welcome him. Yep, there we go. We're here with Instagram. We're here with everybody else. Listen to my shitty song. Anyway, we're so happy you're here. It is her birthday weekend. I'm so excited about tonight's ceremony. I hope you are too. I'm like wiggling in my seat. Anybody else have a moon in Sagittarius? Let me explain why I think that's the source of my mental health challenges. Actually, I always say my Sag moon is the reason we're probably hanging out together, right? Sagittarius is the sign of freedom and liberation and exploration. We are on an endless quest for information. We want information, we want experiences, we want depth, we want truth, we want to know what's out there. We're the ones who, and by the way, Alexis and Jared, the music might be a little bit loud. You guys can let us know and they'll come in and turn it down. It always gets weird and loud as soon as they leave. So we have Sag Suns, Sag Moons in the house, Sag Rising. I'm happy with my placement because the Sagittarius Moon is the placement of the occult. Occult comes from the Latin word for hidden. So I just want to say occult is not a bad word. It's the root word of the word occluded, right? Things you can't see, things that are hidden from your view. So if you want to be able to participate and have me respond to you, I will try to respond to comments on YouTube. If you're watching us on Instagram, you can find us on YouTube. We are at the Sage Goddess over there. So yeah, you're midheaven in Sagittarius, right? You're rising. If you have your North Node in Sagittarius, that's significant. I will tell you we've got some conjunctions tonight with Mars and with Saturn. So typically with a full moon in Sag, we've got this big burst of like, be you and be strong and be free, and then, but not as much tonight. There's almost like a little bit of a chokehold on this full moon. And look, everything as it's supposed to be, right? I don't resist what is. It's my life philosophy. It's not always easy to live that way, but I try to be with what is. So it's not necessarily the Sag full moon for going full force towards your dreams and visions, even though we've got some other placements that are well aspected. But I do want you to think tonight about some big questions. Alexis, too, if you could bring up the worksheets. That's the only thing I forgot to ask about. We do have these really cool worksheets for you, and they're free, and you can download them and then print them. And they've got good journaling questions that you can answer about, what is a full moon in Sagittarius? What does that mean? And then some good questions to ask. But I'm going to ask you some good questions, too. I'm going to start by burning some stuff because I'm the Sage Goddess, and also because that's what we do. At the full moon is not my favorite moon phase. The new moon is my favorite moon phase, okay? Because the full moon makes people crazy, right? It literally, did you know the full moon makes your blood thicker? Like, you're not supposed to have surgery at the full moon. Did you know that? I had to have labs done because I have to have labs done every year for my annual checkup. I specifically had my labs done yesterday because it's easier to draw blood at the full moon. But it's better to have surgery. Like, even if I'm going to send an email to my team, I send it for the following Monday. I just really don't like people to have to work or respond to emails and stuff on the weekend because I don't like to do it. So we don't ask our team in general to work on the weekends unless it's one of their regular days. So we always, if there's a full moon on a Saturday, we have the ceremony on a Friday. So technically the moon is full at, I think 5 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow, but we're celebrating tonight. We're in the window though. And it's hard to sleep. Did you sleep well last night? You probably won't sleep well tonight. I hope you do, but if you don't sleep as well, blame it on the moon, because that's her fault. Okay, so I'm going to burn a little white sage, and I just want to invite you. Again, the energy is like up here tonight, so I want to bring us down a little bit, because the reason I'm so flippin' excited about tonight is we're doing shamanic journey. I don't remember, I was telling Alexis, I don't remember the last time that I did shamanic journey for a full moon. Do you? I do them at other times. I do them with my students, and I do them for myself, and I do them in different contexts, but I typically don't do them for a full moon. So I'm actually really excited to lead you on a drum journey tonight for the 3 realms. Thank you. Yeah, I was getting kind of drummy in there. Jared, thank you so much. So a little white sage smoke for you. A little white sage smoke for you. And then I'm going to show you the tools that we are working with tonight. And hopefully you can see this really well. Actually, it got kind of moved over. Let me move this out of the way. And make sure it's in your view. If I move it, I'll move it this way. Okay, so this is the mat that came with your tools. And it has your 3 goddesses, your 3 gorgeous goddesses of the upper realm, the middle realm, and the lower realm. If you're on Instagram, I won't be able to show you, unfortunately, but you can always catch us over on YouTube and you'll see it there. Your kit came with one of the 3 double terminated wands, either Tiger's Eye, which represents the middle realm, Kambaba Jasper, which represents the lower realm, or K2 and Malachite, which represents the upper realm. So you got one of those 3 intuitively chosen wands. I closed my eyes today, thank you Alexis, and I chose an upper or middle world wand to work with for tonight. So that's the one I'm going to be working with. So your tools came with your candle that we're going to burn, came with your perfume, and then came with the mat and the wand. We still have some of the wands. It's crazy. These are double terminated natural gemstone wands with a sterling silver 925 band and an engraving of one of your spirit animal allies. And we still have some of these wands on their own on sagegoddess.com. And your code is Pride for 22% off right now, because happy Pride month. I said on my personal Facebook page today, my favorite Pride month will be when there's no Pride month. I don't know if it'll happen in my lifetime, but when we don't actually have to talk about the fact that love is love, and not everybody who loves in a heterosexual way, that's how I will know our planet has come a long way. But for now, we do have to have a Pride month. We do have to talk about being allies to each other and celebrate being part of the LGBTQIA community. So if you are in that community, I celebrate you. And I am also your ally. I am also a member of that community. I am proud to be. And so I share this moment with you, but I also hope at one point we don't have to talk about the fact that it's great to love whoever you love, because love is a soulmate thing. It isn't a body thing. Soulmates come in all kinds of packages. Don't you think? It's like saying you only would ever love someone with brown hair, to me. But anyway, I'm very biased on this. I'm on my soapbox. You will never convince me otherwise. I'm too old. So we cleared with a little bit of sage smoke, and happy Pride. While we have to talk about that, I am loud and clear in my support, right? Of everyone who chooses to love whoever they love. So welcome in. Okay. So what are we talking about tonight? And I'm, like I said, I want to talk first about what it means to have a Sagittarius full moon, and then I want to talk about what it means to work with the 3 worlds. Okay, because some of you may be new. Anybody new in general to the idea of shamanic journey? So a lot of you are my students, and so you've just been doing this forever and you're super big experts at all of this. But some of you may be like, what's a shamanic journey? And in my community, there's no such thing as a dumb question, you know? Everybody has to start somewhere, and there's no better place to begin than tonight, and right here is a great place to begin. So if you're new, I'm gonna introduce you gently to the waters of shamanism. I'm going to begin by saying that shamanism is an eclectic practice. It's not owned by anyone. The original shamans were Siberian. So that's really where the practice originated. Now, primarily, we see shamanism practiced in Central and South America, but there is a huge burgeoning practice in North America too. And so, welcome in. I'm going to teach you some of the basics tonight. And then if this whets your appetite, hopefully you'll continue your journey. There's amazing teachers, amazing books. I teach a little bit of shamanism in my class too. I do consider myself a shamanic practitioner. And what that means is I'm, a shaman in the literal sense is somebody who doesn't just live in this world. We live in all three worlds: the world of spirit, which is the upper world, the world of you and me, which is the middle world, this planet, and then the lower world, which is the world of the ancestors, the bones, the crystals. And so we kind of move between those worlds. We work in the spirit realm, we work in the human realm, and we work in the lower realm to gather wisdom from all three places and integrate it into one unified field of consciousness. That's kind of the upshot of shamanism. So it tells you, and a lot of you have always thought this, and the reason we're doing this, by the way, is a Sag full moon, and Sagittarians are all about the quest for wisdom and knowledge. And most of us can agree, I think, at this point, that there isn't just what you see, right? You might sense things or smell things or feel things or taste things. That's a little bit of a hint that you have this in your blood, right? And I bet you have ancestors who've practiced something that's not quite of this world. And they may have given it different names than what you call it, and that doesn't really matter, right? We all have our different names for our different elements of our practice. But today we talk about it as shamanism, and a shaman is literally a world walker. And I will tell you, I think you practice shamanism every time you close your eyes and go to sleep. I think you're out of your body most of the time. I think you're in other dimensions of reality. I think you're seeing, the timelines of reality, past, present, future, other lifetimes unfolding, future visions, past visions, and you're integrating. So if you're like, well, I don't know, I've never had an out-of-body experience, I'm like, great, go to bed. Poof, you just had one, right? So I think you're already practicing shamanism, whether you think about it that way or not. So, but let me back up to what a Sagittarius full moon is all about. The reason I do these ceremonies, and this is really where Sage Goddess began, is that our ancestors have been celebrating the full moon for thousands of years. We have petroglyphs and hieroglyphs that tell us that the full moon has been important since the beginning of time. In Egypt, we know that it was responsible for the rise and fall of the Nile River, which we also know was responsible for how abundant the entire country of Egypt was, because that brought water for crops and all kinds of agriculture. And so the full moon has always been important. We celebrate it now from a metaphysical perspective because we want to shine light on something. We want to bring illumination to something. And when the moon is full in Sagittarius, we're bringing illumination to honesty, authenticity, optimism, freedom, liberation, and boundless exploration. Sagittarius likes to taste the rainbow, okay? And we don't like rules. We're not well behaved. So this is a full moon that might find you wanting to not do what people tell you to do. This is welcome to my entire life. And if you're a Sag, again, Sun, Moon, Rising, then you know what I'm talking about. The mantra for Sagittarius, by the way, is not ready, aim, fire. It's ready, fire, aim. We fire the gun and then we go, oh, I was supposed to have a target. Whoops, right? We get all excited about having a gun and we just go, oh, gun, and then, oh, shoot. So if you're looking for accuracy, if you're looking for stability, if you're looking for focus, you might want to try a nice full moon in Virgo or Capricorn or Taurus. But you shouldn't be shopping here, darling, because you're going to end up with something in your cart that you didn't purchase. And that's all I can say about that. So, but you will find yourself having Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, and that can be exciting in its own way, right? Like, who says being organized and focused is the way you want to live your life? For me, it has not been the source of my deepest happiness. So anyway, I see you, Sagittarians. So tonight what we want to do is we want to think about we used to call it drawing down the moon, right? If you followed Starhawk and some of the original metaphysical writers in the 70s and 80s, who I still read and love, she talked about drawing down the moon, right? We want to draw down this illuminating force onto something in your life. Where do you need truth? Where do you need authenticity? And where do you need freedom? And honestly, what's holding you back? Who's holding you back? And are you ready to slingshot them into some other dimension where they can go and hold somebody else back? Because if you're feeling that, this is the energy of this moon. It's like, I don't need that. That doesn't feel good to me. I want to do something more fun. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Tanya. Yeah, welcome to everybody who's new, too. Yeah, Jan Perko's a Sagittarius, so we're in good company. Yeah, so if you're holding me back, you got to go. I'm shining a big light on what I don't want tonight, too, right? Now, full moons are not when we release things. In fact, we feel more entangled to things at the full moon than almost any other time of the month. It's a connecting force. It's an illuminating force. It's a magnetizing force. So it's fruition and manifestation. We release at the new moon. And we're not even setting intentions tonight. We're kind of just lighting a bonfire tonight, right? We're focusing. Imagine, when you use like a magnifying glass on a hot day and it brings that heat down and magnifies it. That's what we're doing tonight, is we're really choosing, where do we want to put that magnifying, magnetizing force? And if you want to make something big, tonight's the night. We don't have any eclipse activity. So, and then the other mantra for tonight is don't cling. Sagittarians don't cling. I've never met a Sagittarian who was like, who would text you twice. They'll text you once. You leave me on red. Good luck getting a text again, right? Sagittarians don't cling. So it's like, no clinging tonight. We're just like, oh, I texted you, you left me on red. Bye. Bye, girl, bye. We're not doing that. And so if you need a little bit of that energy, like I'm sitting over here knowing my value, that's another really powerful way you can work with this energy. So where are you clinging, and how can you release what you're clinging to, especially if it's not serving you? Tonight's the night for all of that. Now, the way we're going to work with shamanism is we are going to do a little journey tonight using this tool right here. So we have 3 worlds. Remember I told you that? We have the upper world. Let me make sure you can really see this. Here's our upper world goddess. I love her so much. If you want to turbocharge this, by the way, this whole experience, you can put a quartz point at the top and a quartz point at the bottom, which will basically focus, again, magnifying glass, right? It will focus the energy. I can't move it anymore because it'll fall off the table. But hopefully you're seeing that there's a quartz point for me down here and a quartz point for me up here, which is creating sort of a vortex of energy. If you have chumpy stones, these are shamanic tools that are hand carved in Peru in trance. And so I put my chumpies around the edge. If you have them, if you don't have them, don't worry about it. If you don't know what they are, there's not enough time tonight, but come join my online classes and I'll teach you. So I did put my chumpies around in a circle clockwise, which is also going to create a boundary and border of energy to intensify the frequency of the work. So if you're like, I have chumpies, what do I do with them? Poof, there you go. Our candle tonight, the notes in our candle, this is pine for wisdom, lilac for balance, and pink fig for love and protection. And I don't know about you, but I love this candle so much. This is my office candle, but my candle at home, as I have a second one at home, I've already burned through half of it. So we'll light that. And then your Wild and Wise perfume also has balsam copaiba, which is a super powerful spiritual healer with white fur for seeing from a broader perspective. And then there's a note in this from India called Ru Kura, which is for opening the spirit to divine channeled wisdom. So what I want to do first, before we even open our circle tonight, is I want to anoint with our perfume. And I always do kind of a 3-world anointing too when I'm working with you. A little bit at my wrist for what I do with my hands to bless my actions, a little at my third eye to bless my thoughts and my visions, and then a little bit at my feet to bless my steps and my movement. And you can also take your perfume and anoint your chumpies with that, your quartz points if you're using them, and then certainly the wand. So we're just gonna place some of the oil. Stones love essential oils. They're little partners. They belong together. So just anointing your wand if you have it. And then we're going to light our candle, which is going to activate the element of fire. And this is a Sag full moon, so we need as much fire as we can get. Element of fire brings strength. It helps us burn through, right? And again, we're burning through illusion tonight. We're burning through handcuffs, things that have us restrained, so that we can live into a deeper level of authenticity and empowerment. It's ultimately what this work is about. Okay, so, and then what we're going to do is we're going to begin by putting the quartz end of our wand facing down toward the goddess of the lower world. So here she is. I want you to place your wand pointing down, and I'm going to open our circle so that we can get started. And again, welcome in. If this is your first time with me at all, what a great first experience. This is baby steps to shamanic practice. And then I will lead you through the movement. We're going to move this wand ultimately to the center, and then we're going to bring it up and turn it, point it toward the upper world, and move it to the top. So that's the motion you're going to be doing with me tonight. And that's going to take us through the three worlds. Are you ready? Woo! Yeah, and the canvas and the wands are still available, so if you missed that for any reason, don't leave now, but you can go and get that later. And these are the worksheets, by the way. And you can go and get these later, too, at the sagegoddess.com website. Okay, whew, you ready? I'm going to begin tonight, because it is a shamanic journey, by rattling. I don't normally rattle with you. This is a rattle made by one of our community members and a dear friend to me and also to Alexis, and it's a gift from Alexis. And it has one of our animal spirit allies on the front too, with the beautiful Shipibo pattern that in Peru and Central and South America, when you work with ayahuasca, this is one of the patterns that you see. So I just want to thank Alexis again for this gift. And the handle is made of Banisteriopsis caapi, which is, bee caapi is one of the 2 ingredients in the ayahuasca tea. So when we rattle, we clear energy. It breaks it up. Energy gets stuck and it coagulates. What we want to do is go through and break it up. It's almost like tenderizing your meat. You know what I mean? You want to just flatten it out and break it up and break up wherever the tendons and wherever the knots in the tissue are. It's like a good massage for your energy field. And I like to do it in the sacred cross. So first I'm going to clear you, and all you have to do is just be near the screen. It'd be nice if you put your arms out directly. Stretch your arms all the way out. And I'm just going to clear your energy field. I'm going to ask the guides and guardians to begin coming closer to us now and coming into the circle. I'll open the circle with the guardians of the directions in just a minute, but I want to clear the space first. So just clearing you. I want you to bring your attention to your breath now. Just be fully here in this present moment. I'm going to do the cross over my tools. And just breaking up any energy that may be here. The space is pretty clear, but it's nice just to bring it through. And then I'm going to do my own clearing. Sit up nice and straight. All right. Beautiful, right? You can feel it. Rattles are very important. You got to have a rattle in your toolkit. And thank you for being here tonight. I'm so glad you're here. Let me have you now. Come to me. I'll give you back in about half an hour. But this time is for you. I'm in here in service to you. I bow to you. Take this half hour, take a breath, take a break. The kids, the animals, the dinner, the breakfast, whatever it is, because we're global. It'll all be there in half an hour. Take a break. Find your breath, find your heartbeat. All right, Spirit, we have a big agenda tonight. Calling in all guides and guardians from all directions. Calling in ancestor spirits who are healed and in the light and want to be present with us tonight. Calling in all beings from the upper realms and higher dimensions of reality. Calling to you across dimensional boundaries and borders. Inviting you here to be here now with us. To be here now. To be here now. To be here now. Come closer to us. Help us to feel your presence and your spirit, your power. We welcome in all of the guides and the guardians of the East tonight. Direction of air. Help us to see clearly tonight, communicate clearly, show us a higher vision, open the higher mind. You are here, you are here, you are here. And welcoming in the guides and the guardians of the South, element of fire. Help us burn through, clear through anything that isn't serving us or our highest potential at this time. Helping us with purification, transformation. And you are here, you are here, you are here. Welcoming in the guides and the guardians of the West, element of water. We call you in tonight for purification, for healing, renewal, washing away, cleansing through. Right? What does water do? Creating a river around us of clarity, helping us to cry the tears that we cannot shed tonight. Maybe you can cry them for us, guardians of the West. And you are here, you are here, you are here. Trust that all will be well. You are here, you are here, you are here. To the guides and the guardians of the above and the below, as the element of spirit, and to the core of the planet, we ask that you pull that golden thread tonight. Help us to stand taller, sit straighter, live into our purpose with authenticity and power and integrity. Help us to illuminate courage so that we can eliminate fear. Guides and guardians of the above and the below, you are here, you are here, and you are here. And together we say, you ready? Amen. Aho. And so it is. Big breath there. And release. Big breath here. And release. Get all the air out of the diaphragm. And one more nice big deep breath. And release. All right. That felt good. All the kids are in the house. As my teacher says, all the cool kids are here now. All the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, light beings from all dimensions and timelines. Oh. You feel the ancestors around, don't you? They love it when we do journey together. They love it. I believe they do. This is their jam. They love the invitation. Do you ever invite them in? The abuelas, the abuelos, do you invite them? They kind of wait for the invitation. It's like not wanting to drop in on your kids, your adult kids. Like, I don't want to just drop in, but if they invite me, I'm going to go, right? Okay. So let's talk about what we're going to do now. So I want you to take your wand between your hands, whatever wand you're using. And if you don't have the mat for tonight, just take a piece of paper, write lower, middle, and upper, and use your own paper, okay? Oh no. You lost me? No, no, no. Everything looks okay here. I still see you. Team SG? You guys can see me, right? God. It's fine for you? Okay, no, don't go anywhere. I didn't push any buttons. Okay. I am here. I did not go anywhere. And you stay there. Okay, good. I'm not a stranger to technical problems, but, you know, I'm not in the mood for it tonight, Spirit. Don't be on your bullshit tonight. Okay, good. Stay there. Stay there. I'm going to go Sag mode and tell you what to do. Okay. I want you to take your wand between your hands, and I want you to bring it to your heart. And I want you to take a deep breath. Okay, good. We're all good. And I want you to connect to the energy stream that you are magnetizing or illuminating tonight. What is it for you? What are you lighting up tonight? It's not so much as an intention as it is a focus, right? We want to bring that light in. We want to focus that light in a conscious direction. Does that make sense? But I want you to be conscious of it. So I want you to ask yourself, what is the focus for you tonight? Where are you directing this light? For me, it's authenticity. Whenever I do things that are authentic to my soul, I succeed. And whenever I don't, I don't. For me personally. So if I do something because I think I should, or because it's what other people want me to do, or like that's what well-behaved children do, I do it, but it's like, it's not great. You know what I mean? Whenever I do things that are true to me, because it feels right, because it's authentic to my spirit, even if it's weird, like it goes better. You know what I mean? Even if other people are like, that's crazy. Because that's what everybody said about Sage Goddess at first 12 years ago. And you see how that turned out. So where are you directing your light tonight? Consciousness, authenticity, health, abundance. I mean, it can be anything, right? And I want you to imagine infusing. I like to use my breath, because in shamanism, the breath is the life force. So I want you to use your breath to infuse your tool with all of that conscious energy and light tonight. Got it? Okay, now we're going to use our right hand on the mat to move the energy and move the wand, because this is your masculine hand. It's your projecting your hand. It's the hand you send energy with. Okay. So again, if you want to see me actually doing the thing, you need to be on YouTube, because it's hard to move the camera around for Instagram. Okay, now I want you to bring the quartz end of the wand over the face of the goddess at the bottom of your mat. She is your guardian of the lower world. If you want, you can give her a name. There's lots of goddesses. Inanna comes to mind as one of the goddesses that rules the lower world. Persephone, of course, became queen of the underworld after she met her boyfriend Hades and had a little rendezvous with him. I'm not going to teach you all the mythology and history and mystery of the world tonight, but those are two goddesses that come to mind when we think about lower realm. Okay. As we sit here in this space, we're going to spend I'm going to drum for just a minute or two at each realm. What I want you to concentrate on here is, as we're channeling this energy of the lower realm tonight, I want you to think about what ancestors you want to connect with more deeply in your life. Could be grandmother, grandfather, parents. Some of you have children who've crossed, right? So it could be actually younger energies. It could be great-grandparents that you never had a chance to know in this lifetime, because the bones live here. You also have your own bones from past lives. You know that, right? You've been here a couple of times and you've died, so you have bones on the planet that belonged to you once, which is weird, but it's true. The crystals live here, down in the lower world. So I want you to think about which crystals you'd like to work with more consciously. Snake medicine obviously is lower world medicine. All of the creepy crawlies. So we think about spider medicine down here, which again is also ancestral, weaving a web of wisdom and power. And so as I drum here, I want you to close your eyes, and we're going to connect with the spirits of the lower world. And my drumming here will be the slowest. The lower world, it's kind of like your lower chakras, right? Those are the slowest moving chakras. And so spirit guides, animal spirit allies of the lower world. And if it helps, you can kind of gaze into the eyes of that goddess, or you can close your eyes and just connect with her on the energetic level. Visualize the bones. Let your vision fall beneath the soil line. Okay, we're beneath the layers of rock and sand and soil and time. And so ancestors, bone people, crystal people. And the question for all three realms will be the same. Illuminate for me tonight what I need to see, what I need to know. Shine the light here for me, guardians and gatekeepers of the lower world. What do I need to see? What do I need to know? What do I need to feel? And if you need strength, and by the way, you can stay in the feed, or you can just close your eyes and let the journey take you a little bit. Maybe lay down, right? Just be in the present moment. You're more likely to get answers to your questions if you just go still for a minute. Just give in to the experience, this moment, this time. Because I'm holding you real steady right now. And if you need strength right now, I want you to imagine pulling it up with your bare hands through those layers of rock and sand and time. I want you to imagine holding on to the bones of the ancestors of this planet. I want you to imagine reaching down and mining from the earth those crystal treasures that come from thousands and millions of years, the formation of this planet, right, which takes us back. How many millions of years, right? How many lifetimes? And deep breath in. What do you need? Pull it in. Pull it close. What do you need to see? What do you need to do? What do you need to know? What if everything was unfolding just as it's meant to be? guides and guardians of the lower world, we invite your wisdom tonight. Speak to us, coil around our ankles. Wrap us in those beautiful furs. Grid our bodies with your crystals. Place our ancestral bones in our hands. Remind us who we are, where we came from, what we will always be. And I want you to, while you're here in the lower world, you know, I miss doing some of these ceremonies in person, but if I was with you in person, I would try to make my way around to each person and just touch you, you know, I want you to feel that connection to your own body, to your own bones. Feel your hands, make contact with your bones. That part of you that will be here long after your consciousness goes back to the one source. Like, feel the bones, right? It's amazing. Your body's amazing. Feel your own strength, right? And now we're going to take our wand and we're going to lift it up and we're going to turn it over, and we're going to place the quartz part of the wand over the face of the goddess of the middle realm. And take note of her eyes. The middle realm is the here now, right? It's you and me, it's our community, it's your family that's living, right? Everyone who's alive right now. It's the trees and the flowers and the plants. It's the entire experience of being alive on this planet. And so I want you to connect energetically with what it means to be in the middle world. And so what that means too is connecting with what you need to know, and that's going to be the question here. What do I need to know or see or expand around me right now in this lifetime while I'm here before I go home, right? You have a purpose, you have a reason for being here. It's not, nothing's by accident, and you're certainly not by accident. So while you're here with the tools, the wisdom, the knowledge that you have, what do you need to do or experience or share? Who do you need to help and heal and align and connect with? Maybe more powerfully than you are right now. Okay? And so and there's lots of middle world animal spirit allies. The big cats are always my favorite. But it's all of the creatures really, for me, the four-leggeds in particular. It's probably why I love cats and I love dogs. Yeah. The finned ones are here too. I love dolphins and whales. So think about who might be a powerful animal spirit ally for you, right? In the middle world. Allow their energy to come through too. And so the question again here is, what do I need to see? Where do I need to bring my light? What do I need to illuminate or expand? That's right around me. Big breath there. Drumming here is a little bit faster, more rhythmic. It's the center beat, as they call it in shamanism, right? A little bit faster. It's kind of like your central chakras. They move a little bit faster than the root and the sacral. So we're at the solar plexus and the heart now. We're connecting with love. A friend of mine said, and I think it's so beautiful, angels would weep to come back and live again. In the spirit world, they can't taste, they can't touch, They can't smell, as they say. So they say. They don't get to eat nachos, which I think is one of the divine pleasures of the human existence. But in all seriousness, the 5 senses, right? You get to have that. Yeah. You gotta love this life a little more, right? You get to touch and taste and smell. You get to feel. I know it just sucks sometimes because what you feel isn't always great. But there's as much to feel that hurts as there is to feel that thrills, right? You get to fall in love. You get to be in intimate partnership, right? You get to choose that if you want. You get to fall asleep in someone's arms, right? In the spirit world, we don't get to do that anymore. We get to hold hands, kiss foreheads. So guides and guardians of the middle world, help us tonight to see what we need to illuminate, what we need to know, what we need to see, what we need to learn under the Sag full moon about the middle world. Where can we be of greater service? And if you don't have what you want, you know whose job it is to fix that? Yours. You don't like the scene you're in? Change the scene. That is one person's job. I'm always here with a nice dose of tough love for you, but it's true. I have to tell myself that sometimes too. You don't like the scene? Why are you acting in this movie? I don't like this movie. Great, change the movie. Movie sucks. How do you do that? Start here. What do you want to experience? What do you want to illuminate? What do you want to expand? What do you want to get bigger? That's going to change the movie all by itself. You change, everything has to change. That's law. You change, everything has to change. You change first. You don't wait for other people to change. All right, guides and guardians of the middle world, the Kaipacha, the here now moment, bound by space and time, but gifted the 5 senses. Help us to see and hear and touch and feel and taste in a new way, more appreciation, with more intention and more attention and more expansion. Where do you want to shine that light? Where do you want to get bigger? Be conscious tonight. It's a powerful full moon. And Saturn's asking you to be accurate with this full moonlight, right? Mars is asking you to take action. Saturn is asking you to be accurate. Make a choice. And we thank the guides and the guardians of the middle world for being present to us tonight in this journey. Big deep breath there. I would love to change a bunch of people. Wouldn't you? I could make you an alphabetized list and attach photographs. But you'll have a much easier time changing you. Now, we're going to take the wand, and our last motion is to this gorgeous goddess. She's my favorite, and I think it's the eyes. Alexis and I both kind of agree. There's something about her. She's the most piercing to me. Like, I feel like she's looking through me, that upper world goddess. So we're going to bring the quartz point up and over her face, right between her eyes. The upper world is the world, the unseen, right? It's the angels and the archangels. It's the ascended masters. It's the Akashic realm, right? Which is the realm of all wisdom. There's a record called the Akashic record, which is a record of everything that has ever has happened, will happen, or is happening now. It's also where the winged ones live, and I love birds. So the hummingbirds live here, the eagles, hawks. I have a pair of hawks that live in my neighborhood and have for a very long time. And they circle around and around and around and around, and I'm obsessed with them. I've posted videos of them many times. And so this is also the realm of your higher self. So up here, we get to talk to our higher self, which is the essence of who you are that has been through every one of your lifetimes and kind of doesn't hear your bullshit. It's the part of you that holds you accountable. So when you're like, but, drumming gets faster in the upper world. I'm going to take your heartbeat with me. And I see you guys that it like hiccuped for a minute.
Yeah, you're fine.
But we're good now. This is a test of your emergency broadcasting system. Can you focus? It's very Buddhist tonight. One of the reasons I love Buddhism is distractions are a test. Can you really just be here now? Life is a non-stop distraction, right? Reminds me when my kids were little. Mama, 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 mama. Just be here now. Feel your heart rate. If you really are present, starting to move a little faster. A good drum can actually change your metabolism if you co-regulate with it. And so up here, the question is, in the spirit world, in the realm of dreams, in the realm where there is no past and there is no present and there is no future, it's all just collapsed into one unified field of conscious awareness. You're not you, right? There's a higher self in that place where I'm not Athena or sage goddess or just, not attached to this existence. From that place, what can I do? What do I want to be? What do I want to illuminate? What do I want to learn? What do I want to expand? If there are no limits, can you imagine? We think we're limited all the time by space, by time, by money. I don't have enough of this. I don't have enough of that. What if you had enough of everything? So you had no excuses anymore. Then what would you do? What if it's all possible? Because it is. One of the things I want you to do tonight, if you're open to it, if you're willing, while we're here in the upper world, this is big work though, you ready? Only do it if it feels right to you. I want you to envision taking every low thought vibration, every negative emotion and experience from your life right now. And I want you to imagine running it through the filter of this light, totally purifying it, returning it to source, to love. So if you felt angry, I want you to imagine taking that anger and training it to this vibration. There's no anger in the upper world. It doesn't exist. It can't because it's too low. So it would have to shift to love. Love's the only word we really have for like what's even there. Oneness. If you've been feeling afraid, if you've been feeling anxious, can you filter it through this vibration? Can you imagine? If you've been feeling dense and heavy and slow, filter it through this vibration. It's like pushing it through like sifting flour, right? Take the lumps out. Yeah, if you've been feeling pain, aches, your digestion's been slow. Let's filter it. Let's run it through. Let's sift it to something finer, purer, cleaner. And guides and guardians of the upper realms, winged ones, and all ascended masters, light beings across all dimensions and boundaries and barriers and borders of reality. See us here. Help us to envision, help us to expand, illuminate, and create from this place tonight. Feels good, doesn't it? Raise that frequency and train to it, align to it, attune to it. And what's the first word that comes to you then, once you've done that? Mine is truth. What remains is truth. What remains for you? Freedom, change, balance, love, beauty, peace, harmony, reality. The one. The one. Now, take this wand. This is the last step. I want you to bring it up. I want you to take the quartz point and right to the third eye. And I want you to now receive, to get that download. Your pineal gland, if I did a little cross section here, your pineal gland is halfway between here and here, in the middle of your brain. So this is the shortcut. It's called your third eye. And I just want you to imagine just pulling that energy through. Just to receive whatever additional downloads. And so we invite all of the guides and guardians from all directions and timelines, and the lower world, middle world, and upper world uniting to send any additional insights and visions through directly now to us. And we give thanks for wisdom already on its way. Amen, aho, and so it is. Amen, aho, and so it is, and just back to your heart. So shall it be. And then we extinguish our candle. For some of you, that was your first shamanic journey, and I'm honored. I really am. Cheers. Dr. Pepper, cheers. We're going to release our circle. That hour went by real fast, as it always does. Even with our hiccups, thank you for being here. I don't know what happened with the internets, but whatever. You did beautifully. So let's thank and release, because we had a lot of folks in the room. All the cool kids came tonight, so we got to release all the cool kids so they can go home. They don't have to go home, but they can't stay here. So we're thanking and releasing the guides and the guardians. We always start where we ended, of the upper and lower worlds, thanking them for our connection tonight, beautiful connection to the ancestral bones, to the crystals and minerals, creepy crawlies, snake medicine. No, actually, that's not lower world. I'm talking about even beneath that. And then to the guides and the guardians of the star kingdoms, right? So the element of magic and spirit, which includes the highest level of the ethers tonight. We thank you and release you from the circle. And then thanking and releasing the guides and the guardians of the north, which is this direction in my room that I'm in. We thank them and release them. Thank you for your presence, patience, peace, and purpose. We thank and release the guides and the guardians of the west. Thank you for emotional healing, renewal, for abundance that comes from the west, 2. Thanking and releasing the guides and the guardians of the south for purification, transformation, regeneration. And then thanking and releasing the guides and the guardians of the east. We thank them for new beginnings, new cycles, new visions, and new possibilities, new doorways opening. And with that, our ceremony is complete. And thank you so much for joining us. So next month, Alexis is going to come help me because I got to show you tools for next month. Next month, and everything that I'm going to show you, first of all, the wands are still available. So if you were like, I love that wand, you can actually choose. We have like 10 of each, or we did have 10 of each. So if you want my Tiger's Eye version, which is middle world, the Kambaba Jasper, which is lower world, or the K2, which is upper world, those are still available at sagegoddess.com. And the beautiful art, I'm going to take my chumpies off in ceremonial order. I'm going to take them off in counterclockwise order. I just like to do things in the appropriate way. There we go. The art is also still available if you would like to have this mat for future journeys.
This is some of my favorite art that we've ever done. I
We're
say that
obsessed
a
with
lot,
it.
but
We're obsessed with it.
I just love it.
And then, by the way, as she's gathering up the tools for me to show you, if you get your Capricorn Full Moon kit, which is for next month's ceremony, Capricorn Full Moon's a little different. We're going to be focusing on achievement, success, and empowerment. One of you is going to win that wand, which is from my personal collection. This is called the Heart of Apophyllite. It's a very rare inner slice of an apophyllite cluster from India with 2 gorgeous Lemurian quartz points and 2 Herkimer diamonds in sterling silver and gold, worth $1,000, and your purchase is your entry, and that's just for the Capricorn kit. Now, what I want to tell you is one of my favorite things about this set.
It's so big.
I know. This is actually vetiver root.
It's so cool.
This should just be sitting on your altar. I don't know if I'm going to have the heart to burn it. Vetiver is one of the most beautiful and grounding essential oils in the world. What sucks about it, I grow it, but in order to harvest it, I have to kill my plant. This is the root. That's what you actually burn for vetiver. So that is one part of your kit. We're going to be making incense. Will you pass me the little packets? We're going to be making incense next month. And so we're going to be storing it in this beautiful jar that we handmade for you.
The jar is amazing.
It's amazing.
And it's so pretty. I love ruby kyanite
and fuchsite all in one.
Yeah.
So the red is ruby, the blue is kyanite, the green is fuchsite, and it comes with the little cork tops, you know, so that your incense doesn't, I don't know why it would fall out or fly out, but it won't if you put your lid on. And then you get all of your herbs. So we're doing turmeric and grapefruit. And then we're doing ashwagandha, which is my favorite spiritual herb for elevated vision and expanded awareness, plus marshmallow root. And then we filled your mako powder, which means you don't have to use charcoal because this will light itself, with essential oils. And so we're going to make incense together. Plus you get your candle, because we're focusing on your legacy next month. That's what Capricorn is all about. And the candle's beautiful. You get your legacy perfume, and you get your family healing gemstone set, because we're talking about legacy, which has to do with your family of origin and also your spirit family.
The candle's so pretty.
Isn't it beautiful?
It smells
That's
good.
all goldy too.
Yeah.
It's all sparkly.
Pretty.
So you're getting your family legacy gemstone set too. I just want to make sure I give you the
And the little cards.
and the cards too.
To give to your
So it's rhodonite to heal your heart. It is honey calcite to heal the maternal lineage, blue calcite to bring harmony to your broader family, and then a little rose quartz heart to bring love. And we'll talk about legacy and magic and power. Oh, and you get to write your legacy, your areas of focus and illumination for your legacy on your little cards. So the next full moon is
July 3rd.
Oh yeah, sorry, July 3rd.
It's going to be a super moon.
It's my sister's birthday.
It's one of my best friend's birthdays, too.
All y'all Cancers in the house. Can you believe it's going to be Cancer season when we meet next for the full moon? We have a new moon before that, but it's hard to believe. Like, we're barely into Gemini season. Time needs to just slow its roll. So that is 22% off with code PRIDE at sagegoddess.com. And you can also go and get the remaining items from tonight's ceremony if you would like them But again, if you get your Capricorn set before midnight, you're automatically entered to win my wand.
And if you're in Living Magic, you have a separate enter to win, so you can enter to win both. But since it's the strawberry
Look, it's a
bat.
baseball bat.
It's a strawberry quartz obelisk for the strawberry moon. And you can buy anything to enter to win that. You just have to comment on the post in your Living Magic Facebook group.
Here's why I love strawberry quartz. There's hematite in it. So it's actually a very grounding form of quartz. But we chose this for you in Living Magic because it's the strawberry moon tonight. Which means, the only thing that means is this is the full moon when the fruits are fruiting.
Yeah.
And
don't play baseball.
You can hit people with it. Don't do that.
Quartz is sturdy.
It would really hurt. Look at me, Sag, over here going, and it's a weapon!
I'm like,
boom, ready, fire, aim! Oh, shit! Anyway, thank you so much for being here, everybody. We really appreciate you. And enjoy. You get to really soak up this full moon. There's no eclipse stuff. You can make moon water tonight. If you want to, which I always love to do, I will be doing that. I like to feed my plants with moon water. So I put a couple pictures out every full moon when there's no eclipse activity. So enjoy. We'll see you soon. We'll see you. I'll be with you this weekend. I go live every day on our Facebook page if you get lonely. Facebook.com/SageGoddess every day about lunchtime, around 11 or 12 Pacific time. I will be live this weekend, as I usually am, to show you what's new at SageGoddess.com because we launch new things every morning. And then if you need a break from me, that's fine too. Go enjoy your evening, everybody. We'll see you soon. Thanks, Karen Brown. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I love you, Karen Brown.